The advantages of South Dakota, not necessarily in order, is one is there's no state income tax. That helps a lot of people. There's no personal property taxes. People have to pay thousands of dollars a year on their license plates, for example. South Dakota doesn't have that. The sales tax that they charge on vehicles in South Dakota, it's only 4%, and that's based on the net purchase, not on the gross. If you're the type of person that believes you should be able to carry a concealed weapon, a concealed weapon permit in South Dakota only costs $10, and it's good for 5 years. They have an enhanced one, but frankly, it's not really worth the money, I think. Vehicle registrations are quite reasonable, and of course, South Dakota is consistently somewhere around 48th to 50th cheapest state in the country for vehicle insurance, and that makes a difference of thousands of dollars to many people every year. Well, see, we have not only a mail forwarding company, but to satisfy federal law as part of the Patriot Act, in order to get a South Dakota driver's license or any other state, you need to at least spend one night in a hotel, motel, or campground. We have a hotel and a campground right there on premises. People need vehicle registrations. We have a staff of 4 young ladies. That's all they do is vehicle registrations. They're quite good at it. When I checked with them last, they told me that we're doing approximately 8,000 to 10,000 vehicle registrations a year. People need to get insurance on their vehicles. We have our own insurance agency embedded within our company. It's pretty much a one-stop, kind of a thing.
Without something like, for somebody to just go up there and rent a post office box or something, they'd have to deal with all this stuff themselves. Is that right? Or could they even do that?
No, they can't do that.
Yeah.
By definition, a P.O. box is only available at a post office. And part of the Patriot Act is now that you can't establish residency at a P.O. box. We have what's called a PMB, which stands for Personal Mailbox. It's a completely different animal, and it's actually much more powerful. A post office, for example, you receive letters and packages. A PMB, we receive people's refrigerators and cabinets and tires and anything that comes to our door, we can accept it.
And when you started off, it was just mail forwarding, right?
Yes, we started off June 1st, 12, 13 years ago, and I was my only customer.
Yeah.
And here it is, a few years later, and now we're the by far largest mail forwarding company in South Dakota, and in fact we're actually the second largest mail forwarding company in the country for our market. We handle not only RVers but also over-the-road drivers, truckers, traveling nurses, merchant marine, military, CEOs that travel quite a bit, anybody.
Yeah. And say I'm one of your customers for mail forwarding. How do I get my mail? How can you make that a simpler process for them?
I've made it as simple as possible. It can't get any simpler. We have a very powerful website. You simply, presumably, of course, you have access to the internet. If not, then you simply call my office. But you simply log on to the website, click the Schedule Shipment button. The first step is this a one-time repeating shipment? Step 2 is when and where do you want us to send it, and step 3 is how. FedEx, USPS, and you hit the submit button. If you hit the submit button before 7 a.m. Mountain Time, we'll even get the mail out the same day if that's what the people want us to do.
And
well, not only do we offer part-time programs for people that go on vacation, it goes, in a monthly kind of a thing, but we have 3 different basic categories. The first of 2 of the category is our traditional mail forwarding, and this is where we accept the mail, sort it, and store it. We put it in a box. Of those the 2 categories is we have one program, it's called our silver program, where they get every piece of mail that comes in, junk mail and all. Mm-hmm. Our gold program, it's by far most popular in our traditional mail forwarding. That's the one where my staff removes any of their known junk mail, so they don't have to pay postage to get Billy Bob's grocery store ads there in South Dakota. The other component of us is we now have scanning of the mail, where we call it a virtual mailbox, and this way this is working out very well for our members because it saves them a lot of money on postage. What we do is we scan the front exterior of the envelope, and say they get 2 letters, one from the IRS and one from Aunt Martha. If they see that they got a letter from the IRS, on a case-by-case basis. We don't open up all the mail, but if the customer asks us to open up that one piece of mail, we will open that one piece of mail, scan it, put the contents on a secure website, and then the customer can decide, send me this piece of mail or put it back in my box. If they get a letter from Aunt Martha, they may decide that Aunt Martha can wait a little while. It's probably just a Christmas card or birthday card or something like that.
Is South Dakota, I know Texas is big for full-timers because of the Escapees Club. Is South Dakota one of the most popular options for full-timers for this sort of thing?
We get our insurance information from the Insurance Information Institute, and the last time I checked, they showed that the vehicle insurance in Texas was ranked the 15th highest state in the country, whereas South Dakota was, I believe, was either 49th or 50th least expensive. So I own the insurance agency as well, besides America's Mailbox. People that move their address from, say, Texas to South Dakota tell me that their insurance rates are cut in about half. On top of that, Texas has vehicle inspections. We don't have that. Texas has a sales tax rate when people buy vehicles. I believe it's about 50% higher. You buy a motorhome for a couple $100,000, that can be a lot of money.
If somebody wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way?
That's the thing. So every one of my members has my personal cell phone number.
Oh.
My personal cell phone number, all you have to do is just give me a call, 605-593-4496. I'm available days, early evenings, weekends, minor holidays. I ask people, please don't call me on Christmas. We're a Christian-based company. And please remember that I'm trying to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And they could also go to your website and get more information.
Absolutely. Our website is simply americasmailbox.com.
And you're right along the interstate there. I've seen you when I go and buy.
We're right on the interstate. It makes it very convenient. Our campground is kind of like the central hub to be able to do many things. People don't realize you could be a tourist in our area up in the Black Hills in South Dakota for a month and not be bored. There's a lot to do up there. And people will come to our campground, spend the time there necessary to receive a concealed weapons permit, which again costs $10, and they use it as a kind of like a base camp because they can go in any direction, go see Mount Rushmore right down the road, the Crazy Horse, Badlands, Devil's Tower. We're pretty much right in the middle of everything.